starting our day 8 U.S. crop tour. We're in North Dakota. We're traveling north on Highway 281, and as we've traveled north from Aberdeen in South Dakota on the same road, we thought it would get better, but in fact the fields have gotten worse. They're smaller. There's a lot of fields that are drowned out, like this one, with standing water, field after field after. So one of the questions we're trying to answer along the tour was, if everyone remembers, we had a very late planting season in the northern part of Dakota, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Michigan. Did we switch 1 to 2 million acres from corn and beans, and did they get a lot of moisture? Did the crops actually get planted? Looks like the crops did get planted, but they're late, they're underwater, and we're going to reduce the yields. Just some quick facts on North Dakota. It comes in 11th spot for corn production, 4th on soys. Average farm in North Dakota is 1,300 acres. They grow about 20,000 acres out of the 30,000 total is in wheat, about 9 million acres, a quarter of North Dakota. Average yield on wheat is 38 bushels per acre. Corn is rated 71% good to excellent, soys at 81% good to excellent. We're traveling west on Highway 11. We're past Ashley, North Dakota. It's about as furthest west we're going to go, and eventually we're going to start traveling north into North Dakota. But this is a cornfield. You can see the drowned out areas. This was a cornfield planted late, probably 2-3 weeks late, probably late May, early June. Finally, the Dakotas are out of that drought. They've got so much moisture here in the last couple of months. There's probably enough moisture in the ground that it should be able to take this corn crop into July with some more moisture, but it'll probably need a drink in August. It's barely knee high, but that's not unusual for this area. We're traveling north on Highway 3 towards Wisk, North Dakota. This is a soybean field, and a lot of the soybean fields look like this. They're short for this time of the year. They're behind, and they're probably going to average below their typical yield in North Dakota. We're traveling north on Highway 3 towards Dawson, North Dakota, and I just wanted to show everybody a wheat field. We've been showing a lot of corn and soybean fields, but the wheat, both in South Dakota and North Dakota, look really good. They got the moisture, they're getting the heat. That's about the only thing that's looking good, because the corn and the beans are behind. We're now in front of a wheat field. We showed you a wheat field earlier, and again, as we travel further north into North Dakota, the wheat fields in both South and North Dakota, and the canola fields, we did find a canola field, are looking good, but the corn and beans are not. So they've got the moisture, they're finally getting the heat. As we've traveled through South and North Dakota, we have not seen any rain events. It's been the heat's here, 27, 28 degrees Celsius, and so it's good for the crops because they're catching up on those lack of heat units. All right, we're traveling south on Highway 18, just south of Larimore, North Dakota. We're in front of another soybean field, and this is typical of North Dakota. They're short, they're late, they were planted late, too much moisture, drowned out, standing water. This is going to lower the yield. It's going to be a drag on soybean yields here in North Dakota, and maybe on the national average. We'll have to wait and see, but you know, we're getting a lot of heat here the last couple of days, so that should help the plants. But this is typical of what we've seen. For every good field, you're going to get 3 or 4 fields like this. We're going to conclude our tour in North Dakota. We're in front of another soybean field. This is a better bean field that we've seen throughout our tour in North Dakota. One of the questions you tried to ask, did the northern states switch some corn acres to bean acres because of the wet late season? And from farmers we've talked to, they've suggested yes. In fact, from the March planted June acreage report, farmers in North Dakota actually added about 100,000 corn acres. All wheat came in about 230,000 acres less, and then bean acres, they were up 350,000. So we did switch some bean acres from the March planting to June acres. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to rate this state below average. I'm gonna rate the beans 1 out of 10, a 3, the corn maybe a 4. This state's behind, and it's probably gonna drag on yield. you know, the heat's going to help, but they're just too far behind. But you know, corn knee-high is typical for this state this time of the year, but we've just seen too many fields that were drowned out, standing water, too many holes. You're not going to be able to fix that.